Welcome, my name is Colleen Tauke and I'm the sewing specialist here at Finan Porter. In this Quilting Quickly tutorial, I'm going to show you how to put together the blocks in the quilt called Skip to My Lou. If you'd like to purchase our pattern, please visit our website. We're using 2.5-inch pre-cut strips and we're pairing them with solid 5-inch squares to coordinate with those, and then a white as kind of the quiet space within the 9 patches. So from these, we're going to be cutting all the pieces that we need for our quilt. Now it's a 1-block quilt, and that means that we're just going to repeat that same process over and over of building this block. This is what it looks like. We've got a 9 patch in the center. Notice that it has lights on the outside corners. And then that 9 patch is put within a square, and we're putting triangles on the outer edges to create all the blocks in this quilt. So what we need to do is build our 9 patches. So you follow your instructions. It will tell you the number of strips to cut from each of the prints that you're going to be using for your strip sets. And you don't need as many pieces of the center bar because we're going to cut this off a strip set. So this combination is a little shorter. Then you're going to be cutting longer strips of the white and the print. And you're going to be cutting 2 off of this, 1 off this, and putting them together to make your 9 patch. Now the pieces here are so that you can make multiple of the same color combination, but you always want matching fabrics within your block. So you're going to put your strip sets together. Let's lay this out here. Let's talk through the construction if you haven't done strip sets before. You're going to join these with a seam here and here. Then you're going to, when you're finished, you're going to press your seam allowances toward the darker fabric. Now, then you go to the longer strip set. And in this one, we only have a print in the center, so you would seam the long pieces here. When you get done, you press your seam allowances toward the dark again, so that when you join your pieces together, you'll have opposing seams. And I'll show you in my block what that means. The nice part is then when you go to join, if you pressed these toward the print, and in that piece towards the print, you'll get what we call opposing seams. The seams will lock up here. The seam allowances aren't laying right on top of each other, but in opposite directions, so you get those perfect little joins in your 9 patch. So you're going to take the pieces and join together. Again, there's what the back looks like. Make sure to take that time to do the pressing. You'll be happier with your finished product if you do. Then we need to add the corners that go out here. And those are cut from, you take 2 of the same fabric, and you're going to use your rotary cutter. Oops, and you're going to cut a diagonal across the block, and we're going to go down through 2 layers at once. I need a longer ruler. Here we go. To get across, we're going to go corner to corner, and that will produce all the pieces that we need to finish around that block. Now, one step that I just thought of is that we do need to trim these just a little bit before we add our triangles. What we need to do is have them be 6 3/8. I've got a 6.5-inch ruler here. You're going to bring it in and you're going to be centering that so that you're going to be trimming just a little tiny bit off. If you skip this part, when you go to put your triangles on, you're not going to have your seam allowance that you need on the outer edge. So this trimming is vital, that you do just that little tiny bit of trim to create 6 3/8 inch block. And when I mean a little, it's just a tiny bit. But you'll be much happier when you try to put your other pieces on. If you start to put your triangles on and their seam allowances you're not getting in the outside edge, that'll be your clue to say, oh, that's right, I forgot to do my trim. So you're just going to take off that little tiny bit on the 9 patch, and then there's a little trick. I guess I'll leave my glove on here. We're going to be using, and this is an extra tip for watching the video. It's not actually in the pattern, but I wanted to share this with you because Finan Porter has a set of tools called triangle trimmers that will help you for placement. You could simply fold and find centers, find the center in here, and join the pieces to each side. But if you like exactness, if it's something that you enjoy, this tool comes as a set, blue and a pink. First we use blue. And we come in Now I've got these stacked 2 at a time here. I'm going to take away just the outer edge, the outer triangle there, and the outer triangle here. And then when I go to put the first pair on, what happens is that they will be perfectly the right length to lay on top and seam there. Second one goes here, and it seams perfectly. So then press to the outer edge. Now you need to use the pink one. So for the 2 that you do, remember blue first, then turn to the pink one, because now the angle has changed on this outer edge. When you go to put this on, we don't need it to be bullet cut, we need it to be at an angle. And the pink one is designed perfectly to fit the angle that you're looking at next. So if you have time in front of the TV, or you just want to go down through all of them, all your pieces, and trim before you start, then when you go to add the second set of triangles, your length again will be perfect and your angle will match up. When this is laid here and then pressed back, I will show you on my one that's already complete here. This is the last set that we added on, and that angle will match up perfectly engineered so that you'll have perfect placement on your triangles. So 2 at a time, the blue first for the first 2 pieces, pink for the second, and you've got your blocks for Skip to My Blue. They're put block to block from there and finished with a great blue binding. If you'd like to see more of our Quilting Quickly tutorials, please visit our website. You can also buy the triangle trimmers at our site. Thanks for joining me today.